I now have the honor of calling up Representative Tim Briglin, who I did see, but now the lights are blinding. There he is. Tim is a major force behind the Global Warming Solutions Act. Yes! And the Clean Heat Standard. He has also steered through the legislature a nationally recognized initiative to provide universal broadband service in Vermont. As the chair of the House Committee on Education and Technology, Tim is widely respected for his ability to achieve meaningful change through groundwork, vision, and collaborative leadership. He's worked on many major political campaigns, served on the executive committee of the Vermont Democratic Party, and as its treasurer. He has been a delegate to 2 Democratic National Conventions and is the managing partner of Tuckerman Capital, which he founded in 2001. Folks who nominated Tim said, quote, Tim is the managing partner. Nope, they did not say he was the managing partner at Tuckerman Capital. They have said, quote, Tim has brought hope and solid policy knowledge to the work of climate action. Tim's steady hand, clarity of vision, and ability to work with others have helped Vermont become a leader on climate. And as a point of personal privilege, I would like to say I'm confident in Tim's work giving us the votes to override Governor Scott's veto of the Clean Heat Standard.
Thank you.
Now we pose.
Oh. Thank you. I don't know where the camera is.
I have no idea either.
Okay, thank you, David. Thank you very much. So it's humbling to be selected alongside Martha and Sherry and Ann. Martha Allen, I was thinking of my mom when I was listening to Martha's remarks. My mom was the local union president for her school back in the 1980s, and I thought of you as you were giving your remarks. Sherry Merrick is from my town of Thetford and is maybe the most prolific volunteer in the history of the Vermont Democratic Party. So I want to thank Sherry as well. And Ann Pugh is, Ann is someone in whose shadow literally I sit in the Vermont House. I've been sitting in the seat behind Ann's for the past 8 years. And when Mitzi Johnson appointed me as the chair of the House Energy and Technology Committee 4 years ago, yes, thank you, Mitzi. I asked what one needed to do to perform well as a chair. And what Mitzi told me and another number of other folks told me is watch Ann Pugh. She's an extraordinary chair, and the work she's done on women's reproductive health is extraordinary. So thank you, Ann. Something that Ann Lezak had asked of the 4 honorees tonight, myself included, was to consider, as we spoke tonight, some prompts that she asked us to consider. Why we got involved in democratic politics, who our mentors are, what has been the most rewarding thing about our work in Vermont politics, how we developed our democratic values, and who we most admire in democratic politics. And the easy thing for me about those questions is I have one answer to all those, and his name is Senator Patrick Leahy. Senator Patrick Leahy, I started working for 30 years ago in Washington. I had a number of anecdotes I was going to tell you about today, but there's one that I want to share with you in particular, just to abbreviate my remarks. And it happened recently. A couple of weeks ago, I was sitting at my kitchen table having breakfast with my youngest son, Mac. Some of you might remember Mac. He was a page in the Vermont House 4 years ago. And we have on our refrigerator a picture of Patrick Leahy with David Ortiz, the great hitter for the Boston Red Sox. And they're standing shoulder to shoulder. They're at the White House. The picture was taken in 2014 when the Red Sox had come to the White House to celebrate their championship. So every morning when we have our breakfast, we see Patrick Leahy and Big Papi on our refrigerator. And again, this was a couple of weeks ago. Mac and I were having a conversation that we probably have half dozen times a year, where we talk about David Ortiz and Ted Williams, who is the best Red Sox baseball player of all time. We talk about batting averages and home runs and world championships. And, of course, we never resolved the argument. But when we got through this discussion, Max said to me, "Do you think Senator Leahy is the greatest Vermonter of all time?" And, we thought about that for a minute and talked about different Vermont folks who we know in Vermont history. And I said to him, I think Patrick Leahy is the greatest Vermonter of all time. And I wish he was here tonight, but I saw him a couple of weeks ago when he was at the State House for his surprise resolution. But Senator Leahy has not only inspired me, but he has inspired by hundreds and hundreds of Vermonters who have looked to do work in public service. He has been an anchor for the Vermont Democratic Party for nearly 50 years, more than 50 years. He has supported this party financially. He has supported it with, obviously, his good legislative work in Washington, and he has supported young Vermonters who, again, aspire to service of the state and of our country. And again, reacting to one of Ann's prompts, I just wanted to share with you how much he's inspired me. So thank you very much for this honor.